Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Daily Influence podcast. I'm Greg Colino with the I and Team series and IA Business Advisors, and I'm so glad you joined us today to hear another interview regarding positive influence. And today I have with me Dani Hubner. Dani and I worked together for many years at a prior company, and we lost touch after that company, but we reconnected recently, and I'm super grateful to have Dani join us. So Dani, thank you for being here today with us.
Thanks, Greg. I'm really excited to be here.
So first question I have for you is, can you just tell us about yourself and how you believe acts of kindness and mentorship or leadership can contribute to creating a more positive and supportive community or workplace environment?
Yeah, absolutely. This is an area that I'm very passionate about. I have a deep upbringing in just giving back and leaving places in a better state than they were. That stems from being in Girl Scouts and National Honor Society when I was younger, and even just seeing the way that my mom raised us. And that's an area that I've carried with me throughout my life, but especially into the organizations that I've been a part of. And I think about where I am today at the organization I work for called Relativity. And I am a part of one of our CRGs, our community resource groups, and I'm a board member for one that is really centered around women in the workplace, but we work with the other CRGs and make sure we have that intersectionality to support all the different and the overlapping communities that we have, and really seeing while they're community-based, there are so many individual people who are impacted in ways that you would never imagine just by having those supportive places and people and peers that they can go to and voice concerns or questions. And that kind of engagement really helps foster a positive just workforce. And you really want to have that engage employees, engage peers, and that leads to productive employees as well. So I do see this a lot in my day-to-day with my work, but also just in my personal life. And I'm a firm believer.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to make a difference but may not know where to start?
That's a great question. And I think there's probably more people out there thinking this, not knowing the impact that they really can have. So I would say to really think about where you are most skilled and confident or comfortable today. Those are your sweet spots. So lean into those and find ways to productively and unselfishly promote those areas so people know about your expertise. They know where you like to lean in. But really importantly is leave that open call to action to get in touch with you. That simple notion of giving someone permission will help others know that you are open to receiving questions or ask, or you want to be there and help others. And that will help more, people who just are a little bit more fearful or just not as outgoing know that it's a safe space and you're willing to help.
That's really good advice. Thanks for sharing that. In your opinion, why is it important for individuals to actively seek opportunities to spread positivity and uplift those around them?
Yeah, I really like this question, and I think it's a good reflection point for many of us, and it's something that I've personally thought a lot about recently. So I realized that I was, I realized I was caught up in my own world for a little time. I got fixated on small things that I made into bigger deals in my head when they probably really weren't. So I had to take a step back and think about my purpose and how I can personally do more to give back and create just a nice place in the world. So for me, this was really needed after I experienced the pandemic, after becoming a mom during the pandemic, and really trying to reframe my purpose. This led to me now volunteering at my local food pantry on a regular basis. I also set a goal to fundraise for an organization that's really near and dear to me and really helped my family. So I'm raising funds for them and running the Chicago Marathon on their behalf. And I share this because I feel that I had to take that time to become more intentional with my time, my energy, and knowing what's good for me as well as good for others in these actions. So I do feel that this will lead to more positive situations when I feel good, because I know that when I feel good, I help others feel good, and it's just contagious in the best way possible.
Congratulations in advance on running this year's marathon. Will this be your first marathon, or?
No, it's my second one. I always said I wasn't going to do another, yet here I am.
That's awesome. And for a good cause. So
thanks. Yeah.
That's awesome. Can you share any specific strategies or initiatives that you've implemented to promote positivity and make a lasting impact on your personal or your professional circles?
Yes. So I'm going to share first one on my professional circle. So at the workplace, I carve out time each quarter to help ensure that I provide documented positive feedback for my peers so that they know that they're appreciated, that they're doing a great job, and also so their managers know. So you never know when something as simple as positive praise will make someone's day, and it can even help impact their review time. And really, this is back to what I said before. You have to be intentional. I literally mark it on my calendar, and then I sit down and write these feedback notes out in our Workday system. And if I wasn't intentional about putting that on my calendar, it would not get done. And I owe it to my peers to make sure that they get this positive feedback.
That's really awesome. I'm sure they're very grateful for that. How do you maintain your own sense of positivity and motivation, especially during challenging times when we're faced with negativity?
Yeah, it probably came out in something I've said earlier, but I'm very goal oriented, and for me, having a concrete goal or a set of goals and putting them out there either in front of me or out there publicly really hold me accountable. But they also remind me that it's not a linear path. We are on a winding path to a bigger end, and bumps happen along the way. So having my goals in front of me really helped me know that those are there waiting for me. It's up to me to overcome these challenges, and just know that they're going to be a part of the story, not the whole story. So we all experience those bumps on the road, but don't let them get the best of you.
I love how you use your goals to help you overcome those challenges. That's awesome. It's very important with the goals. And I know before the podcast, we were talking about SMART and SMART goals. So I know you're making all your goals SMART.
Absolutely.
So one final question for you. What message or words of encouragement would you like to share with our listeners who aspire to make a positive difference in the world?
Yeah, I would say don't underestimate your contribution making someone's day, even through small gestures. We're all busy. We all have a lot going on. But you're just another person who can actually really change someone's outcome. So it doesn't have to be something big or grandiose. Just going out of the way to say thank you or giving positive feedback without expecting anything in return can completely change someone else's outlook. So everyone can do this. Anyone can do this.
I love that. I am a big believer in it's the small things that matter. And like you said, saying thank you or smiling at someone, you can really turn someone's day around. So I really appreciate you sharing all of this with us. It's so great to see you again. I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
If anyone wants to reach out to you, is there a way they can reach out to you?
Yeah, through LinkedIn, just look me up, Dani, Dani Hubner, and I love making new connections, so don't be strangers.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Daily Influence. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you're interested in learning more about how you could be a positive influence, we have our 2 books that are already out: Individual Influence, Find the Iron Team, and Positive Influence, Be the Iron Team. And our next book, Build the Iron Team, will be coming out in June. Have a great day. Make it a positive one.